So we have a topic called the dynamics of the industry. And I think we're really referring to the IT or ICT industry. And I think these days we can call it the BICT industry because broadcast is also part of this scenario as we look at what is happening. I think on a global basis, when we really start looking at the dynamics that is happening, there's a lot of consolidation that is happening. And then there's the east-west shift that's taking. And of course, technology itself is evolving. We can look at possibly what is happening when people talk about the cloud, which is really a meshed ecosystem when we really look at the dynamics behind that. And that is really a foundation for industries to be able to perform businesses and get business running efficiently and running those scenarios. So if we try and understand some of the markets, we can see a lot of the vendors pushing in certain directions. And then of course we can see the other dynamic on the other side where business is pulling. Now typically in IT we've always been really in a supply world, but this now seems to have been shifting into what we could call a demand world. Clients are educated, people out there are educated, and they also Google things before they try and see where they need to go. They need to understand what is going on. But the level of intelligence and understanding of what is happening has really increased. And then of course disinformation as well is a big problem because we get companies rivaling each other, having different agendas and that, and then we have the clients on the other side understanding what they really want to do. And I think there's really a lot of wisdom on the client side because the focus is on business. The technology is really the enabler and business is the driver. We can also see the mix of east-west type thinking. It's quite interesting for me to note that black and white colored phones are quite well accepted in the West, and the neon colored phones are well accepted in the East. So as we move into this global village that they talk about, the dynamics of how we understand maybe a more customized individualism starts taking place as we start getting spoiled for choice. I think what we are really seeing in this world is that there is now a flood of new technologies coming into the market. We're seeing broadband being accepted on a global basis. With this now starts bringing the era where we have a lot of supply. So we're really living in an era of hyper competition with hyper connectivity underpinning this. And this is really what I would call leading us to an era of smart selective sourcing, which is really driven by the consumer or the customer out there or the individual that is fulfilling his needs. Many years ago we used to have the mainframe world that we lived in where everything was sort of more central control. We then moved into the client server era where things were sort of distributed, and really what we are now in is this meshed ecosystem, which is really the global ecosystem that we are working on. Interesting times, different mindsets, new business opportunities.